My name is Anna, and I have always been in a position where I always felt like I was not good enough. I would always talk down on myself and say bad things to myself just because of these reasons. While growing up, my mother would always tell me that I'm not good enough, that I was always making mistakes. Nothing I did was good in her eyes. My mom, according to her, is a perfectionist. She believed she was always right. She would always condemn me and would turn down every of my ideas. I would rush to my room and cry till my eyes turned all red. Even while I was busy tearing up, she would still come to me for always crying whenever she tried to correct me. She would say in a very harsh tone, "All you know how to do perfectly fine is to cry all day. You are just as useless as your father." I never knew my father. Only my two elder brothers did, and they never mentioned whether he's alive or not. Even till date, they still never told me anything, no matter the amount of time I asked them. They so much despised me, just as much as I believed my mom did then. I was always afraid to face my mom, not to talk of questioning her. She was so good at yelling that the neighbors would always think there was a war. I grew that way for 11 good years of my life. The feeling of hatred for myself leveled up like a storm. I grew up believing I was never enough. I believed I couldn't do anything perfectly, even when I was always willing to be perfect. Until one day, I was at the park with my classmates for a Christmas party, which was compulsory for all students in the school. My English teacher, Mrs. Gabriela Benson, walked to me and asked me with a warm smile, "Anna, why are you sitting here all alone? Don't you want to join your friends?" I told her I have no friends. I told her that I have no one in the class that's willing to be my friend. She asked me why, and I told her that people will always see my bad side, and everyone will turn their back against me. They will see me and hate me. They will judge me and say me bad words. She was surprised, and she responded swiftly, "Where did you get that ideology from? Who taught you all this? Who told you this? How come a young girl like you is thinking about something this awful?" As I tried to explain myself, tears gushed out of my eyes and rolled all the way down to my chin. I wiped my tears immediately with my pinafore. She moved closer to me and asked me again, "Anna," I said, "who taught you all this?" I had no choice but to explain all to her, right from the beginning till the end, in a flicker of time. After hearing all I had said, she moved closer to me and held my hand with her beautiful gigantic palm. I was staring at her well-trimmed nails while I looked at mine, looking unkempt as she talked gently. "Anna," she said, "I totally understand all that you said. And honestly, I so much feel bad for you. But listen to me." She softly patted my shoulder. "You see, in life, we tend to get judged by all that we do. No matter where we are, no matter what we do, and no matter who we are, people will always have something to say. Whether good or bad, people will definitely talk. But it is you who will decide whether to accept the negativity they bring or to decline it. And you can only deny negativity if only you can love yourself. When you start to love yourself, even when you realize you have made mistakes, it's important to practice self-compassion and self-forgiveness. Recognize that making mistakes is a normal part of being human and an opportunity for growth. Reflect on what you can learn from the mistake and how you can improve in the future. Remember to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would do to a friend. Loving yourself means accepting your flaws and imperfections while striving to be the best version of yourself. So, stop dwelling on your past mistakes to avoid self-hatred. After she said all this, it felt as though a heavy rock was lifted off my chest. I felt relieved and happy within myself, and I wrapped my arms around her body and I began to cry, thanking her for the words of encouragement. And after a while, I ran to my colleagues with excitement. And today, I and my mom are best of friends. And my brothers, they are still the same as they were. But I also learned to love them as they are, just because I now understand that no human on earth is perfect. And because I love myself so much, I just can't allow that to deprive me of my joy. Yes, I love them, and I believe they love me too. I trust you have learned that not loving yourself will only restrict you from seeing the good in others. Unless you love yourself, you can't experience true joy. So learn to love yourself